Hello, I am back again. I decided to take a break from the Manderville questline and go ahead and continue working on the roll quests. Mainly because I realized I have had Sage waiting at 89 to do these quests for this entire time, and I kind of want to get it to 90 so that I can have more orange on my my list. Did miss yesterday. I am sorry. I worked at that club. I kind of forgot it was that day, so. But now I'm back. So we're good to continue. All right. Also, I may have freaked out someone with my UI. They were quite horrified by it, so I am highly amused and very proud. I got them to write in all caps at me. So I have continued to spread chaos. But let's continue and get started on the roll quest for Endwalker. Spoilers from here on out. Far from free. The Alamegan delegate to Rodzat Han has grim news to convey. Oh! Are we gonna... Oh, I haven't done this before. If you are ready to lend us your aid, I'll apprise you of the situation. We've received reports of a creature believed to be of blasphemy stalking the streets of Alamigo. Troops have been assigned to track and slay the beast, but there are likely to be casualties. With most of our healers posted elsewhere, we had thought to petition you for aid. I'd be glad to help. Sounds like you need better soldiers, not more healers, but if I must... That is rude! No. Once again, we're in your debt. We shall inform Commander Aldin forthwith. My comrades in the Immortal Flames will be glad to have you watching over them. You see, as there have been no sightings of any blasphemies in our lands, we have joined our Alamegan allies in their hunt for the fiend. Trouble is, the majority of our own healers are working day and night to treat the tempered Imperials captured at Pagalthon. For that reason, we too will be glad of your help. Your presence alone will be of great comfort to the troops, I'm sure. As time is of the essence, I ask that you make your way to the Alamegan quarter and report for duty. Commander Aldin is overseeing the hunt, and he will explain all upon your arrival. May Ralgar grant you strength. Excellent. I just finished going through one of the dungeons yesterday? Yeah. I went through Vanaspati and finally got the casting top that I've been wanting for a long time. So now I just need to do the same with Pagalthon. Oh, and I got this today. Hello, my mighty steed. Ah, yes. I am powerful. I think this means I can change my title again at last. I'll need to double check that. Because if I can change my title, I want to go back to Imperial Nuisance. Blasphemy Hunter. Ah, Master Louis. We were told you were on your way, but this is even quicker than expected. I like that hairstyle, it's adorable. I have a friend who wears it sometimes, it's cute. I'll tell Commander Aldin you've arrived. One moment, please. Glad you could join us. There he is! The one-armed army. Dim just running around in his skirt. At least he matches. Now that the far greater crisis has been resolved, we may and must turn our undivided attention to matters of a smaller but no less deadly scale. I'd like nothing more than to hear about your recent adventures, but I'm afraid such pleasantries will have to wait. As our man in Thavnir will have told you, a blasphemy is loose in Alamigo. Oh my gosh, that is terrifying. When it first appeared, the city guard were able to get most of the bystanders to safety, and for a mercy, those caught in the chaos only suffered minor injuries. But the fiend managed to escape and has not been seen since. We must find it, and soon, for as long as it remains at large, every man, woman, and child is at risk. As was the case in Thavnir, the blasphemy's very existence seems to spurn the creation of lesser beasts. The longer it is allowed to roam free, the more tragedy our people will suffer. Are you certain it's a blasphemy? Did anyone see the change take place? Aye, there were several eyewitnesses who gave the same account. A man walking through the Alamigan quarter fell to his knees all of a sudden, and a moment later transformed into the monstrosity we now pursue. And there is no doubt. But beyond the fact that he was a young Highlander, we know next to nothing about him. Even the descriptions of his appearance are too vague to help identify the lad, and we've no clues as to his name or background. For all we know, he might not have even been born in Alamigo, might have been the son of refugees come to visit. There are other possibilities we're investigating, though. That said, I doubt his circumstances are unique. Blasphemies and beasts are born when men are overcome by despair, and whatever drove him to turn likely could have done the same to another. Therefore, if we are to prevent future tragedies, it is imperative that we identify and address the underlying cause. Until we do, we'll have no choice but to deal with the afflicted the only way we know how, by granting them a quick death. For now, I would have you join the hunt and keep my men from falling prey to these creatures. Are you up to it? Got it. You have my thanks. And as chance would have it, we've just received word that a number of beasts were spotted on the outskirts of Alagana. The troops stationed there have already put them down, but were wounded in the process. First and foremost, they need medical attention, and that's where you come in. I'll meet you there. Yes, Dim the healer. He is a good healer. He heals by punching things until the wounds no longer matter. Oh, what am I doing? Let's use the map. There we go. Over here looking around in the Alamigan quarter. Ah! Cobra deer! It's a cobra deer. No one can tell me otherwise. Look at it. It's got a cobra neck. I freaking love this mount. It's so cute. Look at its little feet. Look at the feet when it runs. It's adorable. It's adorable. It is an adorable little deer. Okay, let's go. Stop being distracted. I did build a new hut recently, just before we started, that apparently has had an issue. Put that back down. So, I don't know if this is any better than the last one, but it does show a bit more of what's going on the screen. So we'll see how this goes. Wounded and notified fighter. Although the soldiers were able to lead the beasts away from the village and cull the lot of them, victory did not come easily. It's times like these that our lack of healers is most sorely felt. I dare say they've yet to receive any treatment at all. See to their wounds while I survey the area for any stragglers that may have escaped. Once I've completed my patrol, I'll head to the village to gather eyewitness reports. Look for me thereafter. Since the dim is in the maelstrom, I wonder if it's going to be different. like, if it would be different. If you... Oh, hello. If there would be different dialogue options if he was in the flames. Gods be good. I feel reborn. Hold on, you're Dima, aren't you? I can't believe it. You're the one who inspired me to join the Resistance in the first place. And now you've come to save me in my hour of need. I'll never forget this. Thank you, thank you. Aw, that's sweet. Haha. Sage. Sage go... I saw them change right before my eyes. Those weren't monsters I killed, but innocent men. Oh no, buddy. But it had to be done. There were others we had to protect, and thanks to you, I can continue to do just that. Once I've made my way back, I'll give a full account. The families, they'll understand. Yeah, it's honestly mercy. Based on everything we've heard. Oh wait, I can make this smaller, can't I? Can I make it smaller? Oh, that is tiny! Yeah! Make it tiny. But not too tiny. That's what she said? Yeah! Tiny hopper. Beautiful. Oh no. Odds are I'll immediately swap back. But we'll see. Here we go. Okay. Hey, look! There he is! Aaronvold! Aaronvold! I was wondering where they were gonna show up because they had the whole, like, thing about, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do what I can. And then he just kind of vanished. For treating the wounds of those soldiers, you have my thanks. And theirs too, no doubt. Seems they were indeed successful in slaying all the beasts, if my search is any indication, but we must remain vigilant. I've also spoken with several people who witnessed the moment of the transformation, though the ordeal has understandably left them rather shaken. I hear you've been a fair few ordeals yourself, Dima. He's fine. He's fine. As for me, I've been kept busy with this and that, like getting the hang of this wheelchair. Obviously, it has its limitations, but it gets me where I need to go. I've been working with this new organization as well, which is what brought me here. But no sooner had I arrived than those locals turned. Wait, you're working with an organization? Since when? How? Where? Regenfried, I heard you were there when it happened. What can you tell us? The ones who underwent the change are the very people we were trying to help. Perhaps I should explain from the beginning. The meeting lease held in the royal palace marked a turning point for all Garabanya. It spurred us to open a dialogue with peoples and communities we otherwise would have shunned. But there are still so many problems to be addressed, and countless souls struggling to build new lives for themselves. I decided to form a volunteer group, the Silver Griffins. Our main concern is the welfare of Alamegans who sided with the Empire, for whatever reason, and helping them find their place in society. In particular, the surviving families of the Crania Lupi. Oh, so that... But I thought you despised the skulls. You've changed your tune. Make no mistake, I've not forgiven them. I don't have that in me, and I doubt I ever will. But the memory of that day in the palace, of Fordola asking to be locked up again after saving us all, it stayed with me. Got me to thinking about why she and the other youths would commit such atrocities, why they'd swear to serve the Empire. And the answer was simple. Because they'd seen what we'd seen and suffered much the same. In a hell where all were condemned, they chose to betray one brother to save another. That's how the Garleans win, not by breaking you, but by making you break yourself. By making that choice the right one for a man at the end of his tether. Healing only begins with liberation, and some scars never will regardless. Those who've returned from foreign lands may have difficulty carving out a living here, but the ones who'd pledged allegiance to Garlemald. This is not the Alamigo we dreamed of, but after 20 years of misery, I'll not see it all thrown away because we can't come to terms with the past. That's why I formed the Silver Griffins, to see that no one is cast aside. It's a cause I support, and it's what brought me here today. I've been acting as a mediator. And in the short time he's been with us, he's proven himself a natural. But despite our early successes, the families of the Skulls continue to refuse our help. I think I see where this is leading. They're the ones who turned, yes? It comes as no surprise. Their kin tormented and murdered fellow Alamegans. Anyone with a conscience would feel shame and guilt, and for some, it might be too much to bear. I think I might know why they're turning us away. It's a sensitive matter, though, so let's go somewhere we won't be overheard. Oh, this quest line is very heavy already, but I like it. It's cool that we still get to see things progressing from other expansions, even as far back as, like, Stormblood. It's about one of the men who turned. I saw his memories. With the Echo. I'll not pretend I understand it, but tell us what you learned. I always forget Ehrenwald has that. I only caught a glimpse, but that was enough. It was during the occasion. The occupation. It was during the occupation. A man raising his son. Only the two of them, but they were a family. To keep his boy clothed and fed, he chose to side with the Empire. He knew what others would say, but he did it anyway. And so he was branded a traitor. Every day his son listened to the jeering, the insults, and there was nothing he can do. When he came of age, he joined the Skulls in the hope that it would make life easier for his father. He never dared to question his orders, no matter how depraved. Hello, kitty. Hello. He died in the revolution, but not before killing his own countrymen. His father wept not for the betrayer and murderer, but for the man he could have been. He blamed it all on himself, right up until the change took him. Hi, kitty. Okay, you want ups? You can have up. Come here. I can only pray he and his boy have finally found the peace they were denied in life. Alas, theirs is an all too familiar tale. They cannot forgive themselves, nor can they see how anyone else could. The sins of their kin weigh heavy on them. They think themselves undeserving of our compassion. One moment. Kitty kicked the door open. I gotta close that. Hello. You're gonna just keep okay? You wanna be in your tree? You can be in your tree. You don't have to climb on the lap. You scream to get on. Silly kitty. Okay. Cat situation has been resolved. We shall continue. If they carry on like that, they'll turn into beasts. We've got to help them before it's too late. Growing up half Garlean and Alamigo, I know how it feels to be shunned and hated, to hate myself. But so long as we give ourselves and others a chance, we can change for the better. While I might not be as clever or eloquent as some like Alphino, I know I can make a difference. I might not be quite the swordsman I used to be, but I'm still a fighter at heart. And I owe it to Abba and Ali to make the most of this life so long as I've got it. We Silver Griffins will give our all to see that no more beasts or blasphemies ravage Girabania again. So, Commander Aldin, do we have your approval to continue our work? Of course. There's no enemy more formidable than despair, and I'd be a fool to refuse your help. That even a single one of our people had succumbed to this transformation is proof of our failure to protect them. Therefore, I pledge the Silver Griffins my unconditional support. Together, we will prevail. Now that we have Dima on hand to aid the troops, I believe we are ready to face any beasts we encounter. Me alone heal all of your military? Are you sure? Though I fear it is only a matter of time before others appear, I ask that you lend the Silver Griffins your assistance in the meantime. Very good. For now, let's return to the city. Neat. We continue. Back to the Alamigan Quarter! I am such a good healer, doing such a grand job. Button. Haha! Oh, whoa, hello. Camera. Raban! Those who harbor guilt do so not because we are weak of heart, but because we have failed to meet the demands they make of themselves. 'Twas the same for me when I believed that my failures had led to the Sultana's assassination. The despair and self-loathing were indescribable. I was fortunate that you and the other Scions came to my rescue. That I had friends who convinced me I was more than the sum of my worst mistakes. Now we must do the same for the people of Alamigo. We must help them to heal and find the strength to, if not forgive, then come to terms with who we were, so that we can look to who we can be, who we should aspire to be. This is precisely why the work of the Silver Griffins is so vital. Though our problems are not new, the emergence of this deadly phenomenon means we cannot afford to delay addressing them any longer, and we will be better for it ultimately. Once we've decided a course of action, you'll be the first to know. Until then, may Rhalgr watch over and keep you. Oof, heavy. Hey, can I continue? The Butcher's Blade. The struggle to prevent the emergence of beasts grows increasingly desperate. We were hoping you'd stop by. I'll show you to Commander Aldin at once. Thank you. I do so desire. You're a welcome sight as always, Dima. Aye, and lots happened since we last we spoke. We Silver Griffins been keeping busy. As have I and my men, but I'm afraid we've little to show for our efforts. Although we've been searching high and low for the blasphemy, we've seen neither hide nor hair of it. Unfortunately, everyone else has had better luck. We've received reports of lesser beasts throughout Girabania, and putting them down is as important as hunting the blasphemy that got away. To complicate matters, rumors have been circulating that these beasts were the Skull's kin. While this was true of the recent incident in Alagana, we cannot have people jumping to conclusions given what they might feel tempted to do. It has been suggested that we take these individuals into custody for their own protection as much as the safety of others. But that would only isolate them even further and give credence to the rumors. The recent unrest has hindered the efforts of the Silver Griffins to no end. Therefore, I ask that you aid them in their endeavors, and see if there is aught that can be done. Also, you'll be joined by another volunteer. Try not to be too surprised. I thought I felt my ears burning. It is, isn't it? There she is! Angie herself. I said I don't need a keeper, but did they bloody listen? Did they bollocks? Come on, don't be like that. This is what you agreed to. Besides, you never know when you might have need of a healer, and there's none better than Dimma. Yes, he is excellent at beating things until they don't need healing. He's right. You've earned a measure of trust, and this shouldn't be taken to mean otherwise. Thick as thieves, are we now? Then there's no need for this sodding collar, aye? We all know it's not coming off anytime soon. But if this is how it's to be, then fine, so long as he keeps out of my way. I want the two of you to visit the Silver Griffin's headquarters in Alagana. Several relatives of the Crania Lupi have agreed to meet with them, and we could do with a measure of precaution. If anyone so much as mentions the skulls, I'll deal with it. Understood? Let's get this over with. Don't like that. She's as much at risk of turning as anyone, maybe even more so. You don't need the Echo to see the weight she's carrying. She's still not got a handle on her own Echo either. Sometimes the visions come without warning, and with such force that it's all she can do to stay standing. There's no telling what might happen when she comes face to face with the family of her former comrades. So look out for her, please. Okay, buddy. I wish there was more I could do for her myself. I'm sure you're doing quite a bit just by being her friend. She doesn't have a lot after, killing her friends. But we've all got our own duties, and I'll see them through to the end. So must we all. Follow Fordola's lead. We're counting on you both, but be ready to step in, even if she curses you for it. Fordola is one of those characters that I saw this thing recently that said, a character can be a good character without being a good person. And I think that is very accurate to Fordola specifically, because she's a very nuanced character. She's made a lot of really bad choices that could be argued as evil. But she's still a person. Like, you can see why she made all the choices she did, because they did a very good job creating her character. She's a very interesting character, even if she's a villain. dot dot dot. I had a feeling Raban would send you Dimma, but as for her, if you've got any complaints, take it up with the commander. No, it's fine. Truth be told, ever since the day at the Royal Palace, I've been thinking. Stop. Don't want to say it, and I don't want to hear it. To the matter at hand, then. We Silver Griffins have been working to support the relatives of the Crania Lupi, but one family has gone missing, a mother and her parents who lived under the same roof. One of ours paid them a visit, but they're nowhere to be seen, and when they went inside to check, they found the house had been torn to shreds, thick gouges in the floor and the walls, made by a beast's claws by the look of them. I dropped things. I'm dropping all the things. You think they've turned? Aye, that's the most likely explanation. Please do what you must before anyone else is hurt. There's no time to waste. I'll head west, you head east. I'm gonna go west. Watch them make me go west because I have to go back and forth. Let's see. There we go. I think one of the reasons why my UI, random thought, I think one of the reasons why my UI is so different is because I do play mouse and keyboard. So for me, since I end up clicking on buttons a lot because I have small hands and they don't reach along the buttons very easily, Since I use my mouse, it's nice to have everything right here in the center where I can like click it easy. Sense a hostile presence. Oh, beast! That's the wrong button. Like I said, it's hard for me to reach buttons sometimes. If I could do these as a DPS, probably can. At least I'm a Sage. Sage is basically a DPS, let's be honest. Okay. Cool letter. In the dirt, you spy an envelope containing a crumpled, tear-stained letter. Read the letter. Yes! I'm gonna snoop. Snoopy cat. Dear Mother, I hope this letter finds you well. Time is short, so I must keep this brief. Although I have never done anything to make you proud, I promise you things will be different when the war is over. Until then, take care, and know that I love you with all my heart. Placing the letter back into its envelope, you turn your attention to finding the others. Ah! Fat cat! Fat cat mount. Cat on a cat. Cat on a cat. Don't mind me singing. Ah, where it be, there it be. Wait a sec. Okay, I'm gonna test this. It will not. Yep, I have to do it as a healer. Alright, here we go. Punch me. Not making much headway, are you? It's like I heal myself from damaging you. Victory! Time-worn wedding ring. You discover what appears to be a wedding ring, with a name and date engraved on the inside. With seemingly no more clues to be found, you decide to report to Ragenfried. Over here, like, making smart-ass comments and then there's this. I'm sorry, I'm a smart aleck. Hey, Fordola. Ragenfried! Were you able to find anything? The wedding ring? The outer edge is covered in myriad scuffs and scratches, while the inner is marked with only a name and date carefully engraved. Though its contents neither verify nor disprove your suspicions, this letter was almost certainly penned by a now-deceased member of the Craniolutzi. Then it is as we feared. We found and killed a third. It was carrying this. Matching ring. I'll deliver these effects to their next of kin and arrange for a funeral. Or as close to one as possible under the circumstances. There's no changing the past. We'll always carry it and the scars. But no matter who we were or what we did, we're Alamegans, then and now. The Empire was our enemy then, and now it's despair. Good words and deeds will serve us best in this fight. Weapons even an old man like me can yet wield. Thanks to the two of you, the missing villagers may finally be laid to rest. I and the other Silver Griffins will redouble our efforts to prevent any further tragedies. I finished checking the wares, sir. Everything's in order. Good work. Take a rest, lad. You've more than earned it. Who's this guy? Keep this to yourselves. But Evrat's younger brother was a member of the Crania Lupi. He's exactly the sort of person we're trying to help. Like many of the others, he was reluctant to talk to us at first, but after we'd gained his trust, we were able to help him find work. He's taken to it well. He's smiling. Uh-oh. It's her, the butcher. Oh no. Traitors, all of us. Kinslayers deserving of hate and death. Hate and death. No, 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 no. Get back, get back. Stay away from her. Fordola saved your girl's life. I know, but she's... Happened in an instant. That poor lad. But it had to be done, and without hesitation. Would have been much worse otherwise. Could you go after Fordola and see to her wounds? I'll do what I can here. I was hoping that he was gonna be fine. I didn't expect it to be like, yeah, here's this nice looking dude, and then he gonna die immediately. I'm fine, leave me be. No, you're not. I said I don't need your help. It's only your injuries I'm worried about. It's not only your injuries. I'm a healer, let me do my job. I am not just worried about your injuries. Bloody hells, if you're here to patch me up, get on with it, quietly. Render aid to Fordola. Aha! I shall heal you. I could do this as a white mage. A coral can't change its spots. There's no washing the blood off my hands. Nor would I, even if I could. Taking up Garlean's steel was the first choice, but not the last. Like the first kill, the hardest. Every choice after that came easier and easier, till I stopped counting, stopped caring. You tell yourself it's right, it's for the greater good. You give the order, feel the ground tremble as the cannon fires, and when the dust settles, your own men are buried beneath the rubble. And you tell yourself. Me too. No! You mustn't give in. I won't let it take you. Angie boy. That man in the village. Saw his past. I'm the one who killed his brother. I'll be alright. I just need a moment. Can you wait with me? Everything the Skulls fought for, the sacrifices we made, the things we did, in the end it was all for nothing. Sometimes I look back on the road I walked and the bitterness I can still taste, and I wonder, if I'd grown up in another time, another place, I've done the same to a different people. Was it always in me to be me? All I know is, everyone would have been better off if I had never been born. But I was. And I dragged others into a hell of my own making. I remember these two brothers in particular, childhood friends of mine. The older one enlisted with me, but the younger... he would never have made it as a soldier. He was too kind, too... good. Ensfrey died at Specula Imperatoris, but his brother is still out there somewhere. Not that I've got the courage to face him after what I did. I hope he's found the life he deserves. Oh no. Not all of the Cranialupi at the towers died that day, though. I know from one of my visions that at least one survived. Perildolf. I'm glad he made it out, but many others didn't. Too many others still need our help. I helped make this blasphemy, and by Rhalgr, I'll kill the bastard if it's the last thing I do. Anyway, that's enough out of me. I'll be heading back to the city to make my report. I suggest you do likewise. Oof. This one is... heavy. Like... the melee DPS one was... emotional, yeah, but this is like... I don't know, it just hits hard. I guess it's a very relatable topic too. You know, everyone makes mistakes. We all have things we're not proud of. Things we've done we wish we didn't do, wish we could take back. And we can't. We have to learn how to live with it and to grow from our mistakes. And accept the fact that we've made them. And not make them again. It's very relatable. Welcome back. Cordola's already given her account, and I'd like to hear yours too. So she almost turned into a beast herself. We'll have to take that into consideration before sending her into the field again. As far as the events in Alagana are concerned, the two of you did well. Despite the appearance of several beasts, you were able to prevent any further casualties. However, this serves to confirm that those with connections to the Cranialupi should be considered at risk of turning. Over the years, many of them have drifted away from the larger settlements and have taken to living in secret. Others made their way to Ul'dah as refugees, including some individuals of interest. As such, we'll be working closely with the Immortal Flames to locate and offer support to those refugees in particular. In fact, I plan to make the journey there for an audience with the Sultana. Once my preparations are complete, perhaps you might accompany me. I'm sure she'll be glad to see you. Excellent. It is, Another thing about this, like, not just with the relatability of people making personal mistakes in their lives, but the concept too of war and different sides, and there being a situation. Obviously, there's, you know, significantly more of the fact that the Garlean Empire is definitely the perpetrators of violence and are not exactly on the right. But there can be a situation where, you know, there's both sides who are fighting for something. And the victors, the people who lose will have made sacrifices as well, no matter what those sacrifices are. And they, in the end, did not bring them victory, no matter what they had to give up for it. And, you know, sacrificing your childhood friends to try and gain victory is kind of questionable. But, you know, there's one of those things where you look at it from a different perspective. It becomes a wild ride. A new battleground. The quest to protect vulnerable Alamegans leads to Ul'dah. Here to see Commander Aldin, I take it? This way, please. Not to say I think it's the right thing to sacrifice your childhood friends. Absolutely no. But there is the other factor of, if you think about it from like the heroic perspective, like in a lot of heroes' tales, there's that concept of like, oh, my friend is gonna sacrifice themselves, or like someone sacrifices themselves for the cause, the hero sacrifices themselves, which is not in any way, shape, or form the same thing as murdering your friends to try and subjugate a land of people, keep them oppressed. But in their mind, that's not what they were fighting for. So perspective can definitely warp your perception of what you're doing and the actions you're taking sometimes. So it's a good thing to look at ourselves and always be questioning and be like, you know, who am I? I'm going to stop my moral tangent of introspection and consideration. I just like stories, and I like considering the motives of characters. It's interesting to me. Anyways, we shall continue. Our request for an audience with the Sultana has been accepted. Before we depart, I'll share with you what we've learned since last we spoke. The blasphemy continues to elude us, all while driving others to succumb to despair and turn. Even with Alamegan and Ul'dah forces searching for the signs of the beast and more potential victims, we've yet to discern a pattern in the chaos. Nevertheless, if our blasphemy is like others, its behavior is likely dictated by the passions and regrets of the man it once was. Therefore, any information concerning him and the life he led may help us track it down before it strikes again. We don't want people to shun the families of the skulls any more than they already are, but the fact remains that the vast majority of the beasts have been born from them. They're the ones at greatest risk of turning, without question. Bordola concerns me too. She came close to transforming once before, so I think it might be best if we kept her out of all this after all. Seems like a waste of a capable soldier. She deserves a chance to make amends. I'm inclined to agree with Dimma. She was able to resist the transformation and has shown no signs of succumbing since then. If she wants to do her part, I say we let her. Only I could go in her stead. Actually, I was hoping you'd come with us to meet the Sultana. I believe she would benefit greatly from your understanding of the struggles of our people face. You'd gain from the experience too. While she's not the sort to brandish a sword and charge into battle, you'll soon discover she's a champion in her own arena, as brave as any warrior. I doubt she'd have much to learn from the likes of me. but it would be an honor to make her acquaintance. Arnvald and I will go on ahead and wait for you at the Hustings Strip. We'll see you anon. I love the friendship between Nanamo and Raban. It's great. I was chatting with my friend earlier. They were like, I ship them platonically as like a phrase, a friendship. And I kind of love that. I use it all the time now. I friendship them. Just want them to be bros. I used some electrolytes in my water bottle earlier. Big mistake. Now it all kind of tastes like salt. Which is not as delicious. We run. Go kitty, run, kitty, roll. Papashan! Master Papashan was telling us that Nanamo, or should I say Lady Lilira, has gone on another one of her jaunts about the city. Though it is not my place to question her grace's judgment, I do wish she had consulted me before running off on her own. And perhaps I'm overthinking it, but it's unlike her to keep guests waiting. I may say so, sir. With blasphemies appearing throughout the land, it's a dangerous time to be going for a stroll. Suspect that may be the very reason. She wishes to see for herself how the citizenry fare in these trying times. Even so, it's downright reckless. We'll find her, though. No, I couldn't possibly allow such esteemed guests to... Come now. We might be here on official business, but we're old friends. And as you may remember, I have a knack for tracking down errant sultanas. Some might say that knack is a rather charitable... I should be glad of the assistance. I'll take a look around here. Quizzing the locals will give me an opportunity to learn of recent goings-on in Old Da too. Well then, there's no time like the present. Fear not, with me on the case, this'll be over before you know it. This is so different from the melee DPS quest. I've done very little combat. Most of it has just been right-clicking on people. And hunting for sultanas. I mean, I suppose I didn't do a ton of combat in the melee one, but, you know. It's still interesting. It's cool that they have differences between them. It's been some time since I last combed these streets for young Lilira. As a matter of fact, Papashan and I would compete to see which one of us could find her first. As I recall, most of the contests ended in my favor. The trick, you see, is to look past the disguise and pay attention to the gestures and mannerisms. Tiniest movement that might give her away. Come, I'll show you how it's done. Wait. Follow Raban's lead and try not to fall off. Oh. Okay. She's fond of perusing the stalls here. Okay. Hey, I missed left arm. Ah, I love seeing the people in the running amok. See no one. Oh. Nope. She's not here. Where could she be? Oh, she's been abducted! Immediately starts panicking. Ah, but... Raban! Stop panicking. Under these pots? Perhaps not. Oh. Raban! Why you gotta run like that? Come on, my dude. I've never known her to be this elusive. You looked for like 2 seconds. My dude. How did you ever raise Pippin? That's odd. I've tried all her usual haunts. There you went to one street. So unless she's hiding inside a barrel or something equally nonsensical, she must be elsewhere. You think? Gods, why did she choose now of all times to run off? What if she's been abducted or run afoul of a beast? There's no need to assume the worst. We should keep looking. Perhaps we could try asking around. I was about to suggest the same. Find her a lot quicker if we start by narrowing down who we're going to ask. Come to think of it, something Papa Jean said caught my ear. That Nanamo went on this excursion because of the emergence of the blasphemies and the beasts, to better understand how her people are coping with the situation. If so, she'd be driven to seek out the most desperate and destitute. Pearl Lane, then. Might I ask you to lead the way? I'll admit my ability to track missing persons may have dulled somewhat. Just a little. Pearl Lane has ever been plagued by pickpockets and the like. I'll watch your back, so go ahead and give the search for Lilira your full attention. Raubon is accompanying me. Come on, buddy. We're going Sultana hunting. Ooh, multiple conversation spots. Hey, look, there's someone there with the fat chocobo. Ask about Pearl Lane. While it may not be immediately obvious, conditions here have improved considerably of late. Whoop. Her Grace continues to support the rebuilding efforts in Garabania, which has led to the creation of jobs for many of the locals, both here and on the other side of Baelsar's wall. Cool. Will they say something if I talk to them? Well, if it ain't Dimma, you had it in? No. They know me. Ask about the poor. In every society, there are There are the haves and the have-nots. And seldom is the divide more sorely felt than here in Old Ah. Many of the young and able-bodied work for Lolorito as guards, though he earns more in an afternoon than most will in a lifetime. Oof. That's, I feel that. I feel that keenly. Nana, Lady Lilira. Raban, whatever are you doing here? Just panicking. And Dimma too. While I'm glad to see you both, our meeting is not yet due to commence for several bells. What is the meaning of this? We were worried, and with good reason. These are far too dangerous times to be roaming about alone, Your Grace. Some things never change. But I assure you I'm quite capable of looking after myself. In my own city, of all places. More importantly, I wish to observe firsthand how the people have been faring of late, that I might be better prepared to participate in our discussion later. But I have finished. You will be comforted to hear. Then pray allow us to escort you to more amenable surroundings. Would you care to ride on my shoulder? Certainly not. You have already attracted more than enough attention. You've been rejected. No more shoulder lalafell for you. Aha, back to the hustings job. Out, that is a wall. Where am I going? You may never know. I will never know. I'm too directionally challenged for that. Alrighty. I'm back! Just, gesturing wildly. There's Nanamo. Thank you all for making the journey here during these difficult times. What? Enable text auto-advance. Use space to toggle functionality. The following can be used to adjust speed in unvoiced cutscenes. Left, right directional buttons. Tab, shift plus tab. Okay. I did not know that was a thing. I was just clicking spacebar on account of the fact that I have lotion on my hands, so I was trying to be lazy. I didn't realize it was going to do that, so we'll go no and continue on. And it is my pleasure to properly make your acquaintance. On behalf of the people of Eorzea, allow me to express my sincerest gratitude for your continued dedication to our cause. With respect, Your Grace, I'm just a soldier. Was a soldier. Still, I say, Commander Aldin would not make such a distinction, and neither will I. You yet serve your people, and have provided solace to many of Ala Mhigo's most vulnerable. If we are to deal with this threat, we must forearm ourselves with knowledge. I understand you come bearing information regarding the blasphemy and its victims? We have indeed. It's interesting that each of the major cities is getting a part in the tale. I wonder if we'll go to the Far East with one of them. Hence the need to locate families of the Cranialupi, members who have fled to Thanalan. There is no end to the struggles faced by Ala Mhigan refugees, and those who once pledged allegiance to the Empire are no exception. But rest assured that irrespective of their pasts, all will be treated with an even hand. All will be afforded such aid as I am able to provide. Magnanimous as always, Your Grace. If I might be so bold, I've a question. What do you have in mind for those most at risk of undergoing the change? I believe there is but one recourse. Earnest and open dialogue. While some are born into unimaginable wealth, others suffer great hardship and oppression. Circumstances of our birth are beyond our control. Our fates subject to the whims of the gods, some would argue. Once I thought myself a prisoner of my fate, a figurehead, helpless to watch on as my people starved, a powerless puppet. I wanted nothing more than to cast it all aside, to free us all, but failed from my naivete. And then was afforded a second chance for my privilege. The world is unfair, terribly so, but we have the power to push back against inequalities and injustices, if not overcome them on blessed occasions. To love our neighbor and share in life's bounties, to open our hearts and come together as one. Truer words were never spoken. But without the support of the people, such words are not but vain platitudes. Thankfully, my recent attempts to make inroads with the Monoterras have met with some success. Despite differing views on many subjects, we yet strive to find common ground. Common ground. We've been pouring all our efforts into aiding the families of the Cranialupi, and while it seemed to help to a degree, some still have succumbed and turned. Of course, they're not the only ones in danger. Ala Mhigans everywhere, whether they sided with the Empire, fought for the Resistance, or were caught in the middle. They all suffered. They all wake up in the night at times, haunted by memories of death and despair. We know what can happen if those feelings are left to fester. The legacy of the Imperial occupation will not soon be forgotten, but rather than seek to forget, mayhap it is necessary to remember, to acknowledge and accept the truth of it, that they may properly mourn for those they have lost. Aye, a remembrance. I propose we hold a memorial ceremony for those who died during the war. Everyone, no matter who they were or what they did. Let them be loved, let them be hated, but above all, let them be remembered. And in the remembering of the dead, in their honor and their sin, we, the living of Alamigo, may yet find a sliver of common ground. It is a noble sentiment, but bringing together people who have reason to distrust one another and risk inflaming tensions could be a recipe for disaster. And again, we can't keep ignoring the marred in the room and do nothing to address the situation. As long as we leave it to the individuals to decide whether or not to attend the ceremony, I think it's worth a try. Organizing an event of this scale will require a great deal of effort, so I offer my full support. Once you know what's needed, come to me, and we'll put the plan into action. Obviously, some will balk at the idea, which is perfectly understandable, so I'll be listening to their opinions as well. After all, we want it to be a ceremony that brings Alamegans together. And I was wondering, Your Grace, if I might ask about your approach to, well, talking to people, winning them over. As you can tell, I'm no politician, so I'd be grateful for any advice you can share with me. Why, I would be delighted to. As a matter of fact, I have a number of matters I wish to discuss with you. And on that note, I suggest you and I return to Alamigo. I kept thinking, like, hey, he should talk to Americ. Get some advice from Americ. Also, I just kind of had a realization. I have a D&D character who became an RP character. RP stories ahead. Beware. Because I was a role player. And his name was Rodney. Rodney was a knight. Sword and board fellow. And then one day he got his back broken and ended up in a wheelchair, basically. But it's really funny to me, because it makes me think of Aaron Paul. I'm going to get this. I just saw this and now I need it. Need it. Can I walk off? No, because it'll... Thud, thud, thud. This is just gonna be several minutes of me going thud, thud, thud. Put that away, Dim. Thank you, buddy. And back up we go. Haha! I did it! I did it! Vista 52, the Alamegan Quarter Number 2, a residential area situated to the south of Alamigo. Under Garlean rule, it was assigned for the use of the An, those lowliest subjects of the Empire not accorded citizenship. During that time, it was also known as the Peregrine Quarter, a reference to the derogatory name by which the imperial occupiers called Alamegan natives. Oh. Like peregrine falcons? Because that's kind of a badass insult. Like, you're gonna insult someone and be like, oh yeah, you're freaking dragon. Like, what? I knew Ehrenwald would make a good impression, but he's outdone himself. Not only has he found a new avenue in life to explore, he's taken to it with considerable aplomb. And while his proposed memorial ceremony is bound to have its detractors, I have faith that many will come around. Not all, but enough, I pray. For our part, we must stand at the ready for whatever may occur. I shall send word if there are any developments. '87. Okay, and what level is this one? 88? Excellent. Okay, I need 2 minutes. And, so in the meantime, Enjoy this wonderful bomb dance. Just for you. Ooh, I shall be right back. Alright, I am back. I apologize for the wait. I a little bit of a snack. Got these. I still don't know how I feel about them. I got these mini medules date. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think it's medjool, but it's a date that's like rolled into like a cylinder similar to the shape of a Tootsie Roll, but it's like bigger, so I guess it's more like a pig in a blanket, but then they're rolled in coconut. And I can't tell if I like it or not, but I've eaten most of the box, so I think I do. It's like not something I would ever buy myself, but I'm enjoying it, so you know, there are worse things to happen. Okay, Dim, let's not get that close. Laying the past to rest. Ehrenwald wishes to put your considerable reputation to good use. There you are, Dimma. Commander Aldin asked me to convey to you the following information. At present, we are looking into reports of missing relatives of the Craniolupi. With the cooperation of the Silver Griffins, we're currently searching for any clues as to their whereabouts. Thanks to the concerted efforts of Ragenfried and the others, the general public has been willing to cooperate with our investigation. Though many still harbor feelings of distrust for the collaborators and their kin, they've grown more receptive to our cause on the whole. Ehrenwald's been making steady progress in preparing for the memorial ceremony. He plans to host a meeting between the various community leaders to go over the finer details. In fact, he was wondering whether you could assist in delivering the invitations. If you can spare the time, you should be able to find him in the Mercantile District. Anyway, that's all for now. I have a few other matters to attend to, so if you'll excuse me, duty calls. This character is adorable. Like, her design is so cute. I just want to pet her. Like a kitty. That sounds weird. I should think before I say things that come into my head. That might be good. Sometimes I say stupid things. It's 'cause I'm dumb. Thanks for coming. It should come as no surprise that planning a memorial ceremony for a whole bloody nation would keep a man busy, but by Rhalgr, this is something else. The hardest part's been gathering information on those who died in the war, especially when it comes to the skulls and other conscripts. And they're the ones we need to treat most carefully. If we don't acknowledge the crimes of our kin and all their painful truth, then we do a disservice to their victims, living and dead. But if we let people paint them as monsters who did monstrous things we believe we would never do, then we perpetuate a different, but no less dangerous lie. As for preparing the event itself, I'll be holding a meeting with members from each of the settlements around Girabanya. I've sent invitations to most of them already, but I was hoping you'd help me with the last two. There's Maraznun in the Peering Stones and Sarisha in Viria Nilia. I'll give you one for each. Cool. I shall deliver them post-haste, because I am the post-cat. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they refused, considering how their people suffered at the hands of the skulls. But I hope we can remind them that deep down we're all just people trying to survive, to protect our loved ones. We may have driven the Empire from our lands, but as long as we hold fast to the grudges born of their attempts to divide and set us against one another, we'll never be free of their legacy of cruelty. With that in mind, I've included an account of my experiences with the Silver Griffins, and the people I've met. Victims, collaborators, their friends and their family, men and women who lived through it all, survivors. Even if they refuse to join the ceremony, at least they will know, and hopefully understand our reasons for holding the event. Granted, I've not had much patience in writing important letters, but I think they'll get the message. You being the one to deliver them will make a world of difference, I'm sure. Take care, won't you? I will do my best. Alright. The Peering Stones. I am so glad I have flight everywhere. It makes it so much easier. thinking about trying to pick up some of the... Oh, it's literally right here. Pick up some of those, like, map things, because I want my ground speed to be fast. Greetings, friend. It has been too long since last we spoke. What brings you to my village? Arngald's invitation. The weight of the words within is almost tangible, in addition to the weight of the paper itself. That's great. I like that. Well, let's see how they feel. So the rumors are true. I need not read this letter in full to know its contents. I understood that Rengenfried's volunteers are working to support the families of those lost in the war, which few will deny is a worthy cause, but to include the relatives of the Cranialupi. Hello, Hisoka! Welcome back! You're just in time for the level 88 quest in the Healer Roll quest series. Skulls watched the Empire slay us in our thousands, and still they turned their cloaks and fought for our oppressors. And you would ask us to mourn the deaths of these curs alongside their victims. I ask only that you read the rest of the letter. He's like, I'm not asking you shit. Please just read the rest of it. You have every right to be angry and to refuse. Arnvald wishes only that you read his account before coming to a decision. Read it. Please. I'm just the messenger. To dismiss it out of hand would be discourteous. Very well. Thank you. I freaking love that little emoji you have. Hisoka is great. Family. As Nun, my tribe is my family, and I know all too well the responsibility that brings. I would do anything to protect them. Anything. Loyalty, pride, conscience, my very soul. All are meaningless if I cannot ensure the safety of those I love. Suspected some skulls had been faced with the selfsame choice, but to see how their kin suffered, I cannot say I do not understand, though I wish I did not. Enjoy this offering of content whilst I go about cleansing it. Oh, very fancy. Refurbishment, that is fancy. Make it all nice and new and shiny. Their crimes will never be forgiven. They cannot be. But I, and any others who are willing, can offer our prayers for these tortured souls and the men they could have been. I accept the invitation, not on behalf of the Tribe, but as Miraz Nun, though I will put the question to my people that they may decide for themselves. I am also eager to make the acquaintance of the person who wrote this letter. He is not wont to turn a blind eye to the bitter truth, painful though it is to confront. The meeting will be the perfect opportunity to take his measure. I almost just instinctively picked up this blue quest, thinking that was the next quest thing. I guess I will eventually come back for that, maybe. We shall see. Eventually come back for it, let's be honest. I would like to be able to say one day that I did all of the quests in this game. I think that would be a cool achievement. Though I'm sure the only thing I will gain from it is a sense of accomplishment. I've pretty much done that with the Churning Mists, though I found another quest. That place never stops spawning quests, I swear. Welcome. To what do we owe the pleasure of your visit? Aha. I have brought you an invitation. Delivery cat. Then it is as I suspected. There have been rumors that such a ceremony would take place. Although you have traveled far to make this invitation, I must decline. We cannot mourn the loss of the fallen if the Cranialupi are to be counted among them. Like the Kaliana, they chose to aid the Garlean oppressors, killing and bleeding for those who would pillage our lands, cowards and traitors all. And are we to assume that the Kaliana who died fighting for the Empire will be honored as well? If so, that is all the more reason for us to refuse. That is your right, and no one will say otherwise. I come only to present a letter and ask that you read it in full. Arnvald understands and accepts that you might refuse. His only request is that you read his account and then decide. I just came here to give you a letter. If you insist. I always just immediately say no instead of reading it. I read it first, and then say no. No one was spared suffering in the occupation. Not the resistance, not the collaborators, not the families of both. No one. That so many would die in shame and ignominy, having sold their souls only to lose everything, is a tragedy, and a lesson. If they are forgotten, then the lesson of their folly is forgotten. For the sake of this land we call home, I will join you in remembrance and implore my people to do the same. Seem to read as, yeah, I'm just here to make you read, and yeah, but my friend, who's now in a wheelchair, wants you to read it, please. You're right! They do read like that. I love it. Like, read it. My friend can no longer walk. And yet still his words reach you here. Read them. In mourning, may we strengthen our ties with our neighbors as well. By together facing our past, we can build a foundation for lasting peace and prosperity. It would be my honor to attend the proposed meeting, and to look forward to personally thanking your friend Arnvald for his dedication. I and my peers have much to learn from the example he has set. Yes. Cat came in and kicked open the door again a minute ago. Here, I don't know what it is about her, but my cat just busts into doors. Like, I will leave a door cracked enough for her to get through, and she will still ram into it and knock it open as far as she can. Like, yes, I am here. So, how did you fare in the fringes? They said that about me? It's rare for me to get such glowing praise, especially from renowned leaders like Sarisha and Miraz Noon. More importantly, though, they agreed to attend the meeting, and I've got you to thank for that. After all, I imagine it's hard to turn down an invitation when it's hand-delivered by the Warrior of Light himself. I only threaten them a little to read the letters. Before I get ahead of myself, though, I must remember that this is only the beginning. Bringing everyone together is one thing. Coming to an agreement on an extremely divisive issue is a different kettle of fish entirely, as Her Grace was quick to point out. But as she's taught me, if our cause is just and our hearts are true, those of like mind will surely answer the call. And answer it they have. While there are bound to be differences of opinion, I'm sure there's nothing we can't overcome if we put our minds to it. To that end, I was hoping you could join us, if you've the time to spare. There are still a few loose ends Ragenfried and I need to tie up beforehand, so we'll meet you in the palace as soon as we can. Just having you there will make a world of difference. I'm special. Ta. Catception. I want the fat cat minion so bad. One day I will get it. One day. Here for the meeting, yes? I am. this place is so pretty. I love the lighting in here. Oh look, it's everyone again. So while we all agree upon the importance of the ceremony, we recognize that the inclusion of the Cranialupi will be distressing for many. I too lost family at their hands, and would never ask others to forgive and forget. But for all their crimes, they were Alamegans just like us. None made the decision to side with Garlemald lightly. They had a choice, and they chose to betray us. Who among us have not made difficult choices for kith and kin? And do not forget that Fordola chose to stand between us and a primal. What does that have to do with it? Ooh, they all angry. Look at that little critter. I don't recognize it. Brothers and sisters, arguing will avail us not. Is that the tribe from here? Fate of Alamigo rests on my shoulders and yours, on those of every man, woman, and child that calls these lands home. To uphold our honor, to strive for prosperity, to protect our loved ones, we all know the weight of these responsibilities. 'Twas that selfsame weight which drove many of our people to serve our oppressors, misguided as it was. And though they chose a different, unconscionable path, in the end we all wanted the same thing, to deliver our families from persecution, that they might live to see one more day. Because another day in shame and self-hatred was still better than none at all. The regretful dead are survived by their despair, a despair which threatens to drag us all into an abyss from where there is no escape. Know that it surely will if we welcome it into our hearts out of disdain for those we cannot forgive. But we Alamegans will not be so easily defeated. We will stand united and conquer this menace. Every Alamegan who fought and died did so in the hopes that one day we would be free. And we are free. We are free. By the blood of our fallen brothers and sisters, we are free. Free to lock away the pain and pretend it has no power over us, until it festers and takes us in our beds. And free to lay it bare and let it breathe. To acknowledge and to mourn our people at their best, and their worst. The past is ours to bear, all of it, for ourselves and for future generations, so they needn't suffer like we did. Let us make Alamigo a nation where no man is left behind, where he can make all the wrong choices and still be afforded the chance to make a right one. Oh, look, he's so proud. Oh, that's a good scene. I like that. They just very eloquently said all the rambles. They surmised my incoherent ramblings from early on in the quest. I like this. I'm going to dub these the therapy blasphemy quests. Because that's basically what it is. Like, everyone in Alamigo needs therapy. Therapy is good. It's healthy for you. That went better than any of us could have hoped for. You have my gratitude for your part in the proceedings, but we both know who the real hero of the day was. This was all Arenvald's idea, and it was his words that finally won over the naysayers. Now that we have the community leaders on our side, we should have a much easier time convincing the rest of the citizenry. Of course, holding the ceremony is by no means our final objective. No matter what we say, some will refuse to attend. It is my hope, however, that it will still serve to provide a measure of closure for us all, and to ease the plight of the vulnerable and ostracized. Speaking of which, you will recall the incident with Fordola and Alagana. The young girl she saved and her mother wished to thank her personally. Considering what happened last time, though, I have reservations. It would be a valuable opportunity to present a former Skull in a more positive light. On the other hand, I don't need to tell you how unpredictable she can be. And that's before taking her echo into consideration. That's a conversation for another day. Go and get some rest. You've earned it. Ah, thank you. '89. Trail of Skulls. Are they giving me a single fish? A single salted Thavnarian cod. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Raban. You're so nice to me. The blasphemy hunter may seem calm and collected from a distance, but you suspect something is amiss. Something terrible has happened. This freaking game. It's Fordola. She's escaped. Ow. Why am I knocking everything over? Sorry, I hurt myself. I'm okay. It's just my elbow. It's not like I need it. She was accompanying a squadron out on a training exercise. One moment she was there and the next she was gone. Didn't think much of it as the time, but she's been acting strangely ever since she went to meet that mother and child. You know, the ones who wanted to thank her for saving the girl's life? When I told Commander Aldin about it, he went charging off to Alagana to ask them if they have any idea where Fordola might be. Thought about going after him, but then I heard you were headed this way. I reckoned it'd be better to send you in my stead. Godspeed, Dimma. She's just like, good luck. Not even gonna ask you, I'm just gonna say, hey, go. Alright, we're done here. And of course I'm gonna go. It's the Fordola, she's escaped into the loud clicking noises street production. Has production values for angry Alamiga lady escape ASMR. Yes. Ah, there we go. That's my genre. Chaos ASMR. I'm sorry about your ears. So good. I hope that you did not have headphones in. One of these days I will reorganize things so that I stop knocking into everything the moment I move. Dimma? I wasn't expecting to see you here. You've heard what's happened then. Just as Fordola was beginning to earn our trust, she's given us the slip. As you may know, she wears a choker enchanted to prevent exactly that. If I were to give the order, she would be dead within minutes, and she knows that. She took the risk anyway, so I have to believe she has a good reason. That's what we're looking into now. We were hoping Clarel and young Lily here could shed some light on the matter. I'm trying to not mispronounce names. We'd like to ask you about your conversation with Fordola, if we may. Yes, of course. I know she's the butcher, or was at least, but it didn't seem right to go without thanking her. That's why I requested the meeting, to express my gratitude and my apologies. She was quiet at first, just stood there as we spoke, as if she weren't even listening. Then I mentioned the blasphemy and she looked at Lily and all of a sudden clutched her own head and cried out in agony. The echo. Can you remember what you were thinking about at the time? A man. I saw one in the city. What? Who? Did he have something to do with all those people panicking? Oh, here we go. I think he did. When I was waiting for you, I saw him. He was by himself. He looked poorly, so I asked if he was all right, and he said yes. He had a nice smile. He got up and started walking, but then... He was shouting and screaming. I was so frightened I didn't want to talk about it, not even to Mum. She'd said something sooner. I'm sorry, Poppet. This is my fault for leaving you on your own. The man who turned into a blasphemy, I'd wager. The girl saw him, which means Fordola has now seen him too. There was one other thing. When Fordola was having a funny turn, she said something. Charlie? No, Charlet, I think. Yes, that was it. Ring any bells? Can't say it does, but if he has anything to do with the skulls, the Silver Griffin should have some information on him. We'd best have a word with Regenfried then. You've both been very helpful. I'd also like to thank you for being so kind to Fordola. Oh, the sunrise! She may not have said it, but I'm sure it meant a lot to her. I have a couple more things I'd like to ask, so I'll catch up with you later. I always wonder if the sunrise is part of the cutscenes or not in some of these. Nope. I think that just happened at a coincidental time. I like it. Ah! I can't believe how many times I've gotten this mount tonight. I just got this mount today, and it keeps popping up on my mount roulette. Majestic. Charlet, you say? Yes, that name came up during our recent investigations. As I recall, he served under the Viceroy during the occupation, and his whereabouts is currently unknown. Had an older brother named Ensfried, one of the Craniolupi. Uh-oh. Yep, there it is. Which would give him a connection to Fordola. Is there anyone who can tell us more about him? I can! Let me talk. Let me! I know things! Me! Yes, an uncle, who we recently helped find employment here in Alagana. He's actually the one who asked us to look for Charlie. You'll most likely find him working at the Sleeping Stones. As it happens, I was planning to bring him something to eat. I'll join you there shortly. I know things! Let me tell people things! Please! Please, game! Dim's just standing there. He's like, yes, I know all about this, but I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna make you travel, because you send me on errands all the time, so now it's your turn. I love the sunbeams. So pretty. Oh, this place. This is so cool. You know that moment when the area you live in is so dangerous, even the rocks want to kill you? Perhaps we should have asked what he looks like. Maybe just start yelling in the middle of the road like, hey! Still looking, eh? That's him over there. I hope we're not interrupting. I like the flowers in this area, they're pretty. Oh no, of course not. It's good to Good to see you again, Regenfried. Almost said good to feed you. My word, the Bull of All Amigo and the Champion of the Alliance. What brings such esteemed guests to our humble, quarry? At ease, my good fellow. We merely wish to ask you about your nephew. Charlotte, you found him! Kinda? No luck yet, then. Is there anything else you can tell us? More about his childhood, perhaps? Wasn't much of one, I'm afraid. Poor boy's life was ruined long before he had any say in the matter. His parents and I swore allegiance to Garlemald to secure ourselves and our kin's citizenship. For all the good it did us here, living amongst our countrymen who treated us as pariahs. Took its toll on him and his brother, to be spat on as traitors by association. One thing led to another, and Ansfried, together with most of his friends, joined the Imperial Army. That's how it started, you know, the Crania Lupi. Gaius's loyal little pups. Do you remember the names of these friends? Yes, they had quite the reputation growing up. It was Emmeline, Rudolph, and the angry little girl who grew up to become the butcher herself, Fordola. Dim! Don't look shocked! You know this already! Charlotte was part of their group too, yes? But from what we've heard, he chose not to become a soldier. Wouldn't have lasted a day in training. He knew that better than anyone, of course, not that it helped him to feel any less guilty for turning his back on the others. He blamed himself for their deaths, for not stopping them when he had the chance, for not being strong enough to fight by their side. Maybe save them, maybe not, but he wasn't there, and he wished he had been. Then one day he was gone. Wherever he is, I hope he's safe and well. Is someone gonna tell him? So do we. Thank you. The information you shared should prove useful. And for you, I brought some food. Why don't you call it a day and go enjoy it with your family? We're just gonna let this poor guy continue on? Let him have the peace for now. Back to Alagana. Or like, have they all not put two and two together? Like, am I missing something that they're missing? Using meta knowledge. Meow. So not only was his brother a member of the Skulls, but Charlotte himself was a childhood friend of Fordola's. I'm told he refused to support the Silver Griffins as well. He's been trying to make his own way for some time now. His brother and his friends died at Specula Imperatoris, save for Fordola, and the gods only know how he felt about her after that. Or how Fordola felt about Charlotte after seeing Lily's memory of him transforming into a blasphemy. Okay, so they do know. They're just leaving the poor guy all alone to believe that his nephew is still alive and not actually the blasphemy. Unless they're waiting to tell him until after we dealt with the blasphemy, because, you know, turning into a monster and all that. Which I suppose is reasonable. Brother of a man she killed and a childhood friend besides. She thinks she's responsible for this. That's why she ran, to kill the beast. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm worried about her. Fordola is a survivor and an outcast herself. Exactly the sort of person the Silver Griffins are trying to support. You've seen for yourself the sacrifices she's willing to make. And if you can learn to feel sympathy for her, maybe others can too. I think we have enough information for the time being. Let's return to the city and plan our next move. Wonder if this is all gonna end with the ceremony. It's definitely not gonna end with me getting Sage to 90, I'll tell you that. But that's okay. This means I'll swap to White Mage. which I like using on Dim anyways, so that works out for me. Got a new stick for it too. I've assigned a few of my soldiers to assist the Silver Griffins in investigating Charlotte's background. With luck, we will find him quickly, and then we can prepare for what must come after. We're all but certain Charlotte's the one who transformed into a blasphemy, and so there's naught to be done but put him out of his misery. As for Fordola, I've put Minago and her troops in charge of tracking her. Once they've found her, they have my permission to lend whatever support they deem necessary. If it comes to it, I may ask you to join the search. Until such time, I ask that you take this opportunity to rest. Thank you for the fish. I can pick up the 90? On a level 89? Okay. More flustered than usual with good reason. Thank goodness you're here. Commander Aldin needs to see you right away. Follow me. I shall follow you. Oh, he's got his helmet on. I thought he was using binoculars. It's not binoculars, it's horror, it's not his helmet. Oh dear. Keep it contained until I arrive, but do not engage if you can help it, understood? That was Minago. And her unit has found Fordola, or rather she has found them. In fact, I have Fordola on the search party's Link Pro. She wants a word with you. This is urgent, so be quiet and listen. The blasphemy, my friend, is right in front of us. I tracked him down, and when he spotted me, he started heading towards Specula Imperatoris. Look, Dimma, I need your help. Chalet's not... He never wanted to hurt anyone, but this thing he's become is... I can't leave him like this. Got to stop him, whatever it takes. I'm on my way. Wait till we get there. Do not engage. Is that clear? I'm on my way. I owe you. This is Minago. Can you hear me? We've got the blasphemy surround... it's on the move. Get ahead of it, but maintain distance. We need to... Fordola, what are you doing? Fordola! Fordola! There's no time to waste. They need our help. Right. Let's go beat him up. And I am not going to do a level 90 quest on a level 89 class. Give me white mage. Ah, he got glasses. He's a little nerd. Hey, Rabban. Radiata and Aligiri are not that far from Specula Imperatoris. If we let the blasphemy slip through our fingers, it doesn't bear thinking about. What? If we let the blasphemy slip through our fingers, it doesn't bear thinking about. And while Fordola is determined to slay it by her own hand, we can't allow her recklessness to put the lives of others in jeopardy. I see the DPS standing in that AoE, and he judges them. He can. Yes. Indeed, he's judging all of the DPS, and then he's gonna use rescue and miss. The time has come for action. Are you ready? Yeah, ready. I am glad I swapped to 90. Like, I like the damage output of Sage, but also it's 89. Hold the line for as long as you can. Commander Aldin and the Warrior of Light will be here any moment. Stay strong. I'm here! He just kicked the blasphemy! He just straight up comes up and just kicks him. Look at him! He's his glasses! You've done well. Leave the rest to us. Yes, sir. Din, you look so mad. Get the injured to safety. Coward. Coward. Traitor to them, to everyone. I think it's talking. It is talking. Oh, I remember that scene. Wish there was another way. So do I. But fighting's the only thing I'm any good at. Makes me wonder how I ended up with such a clever brother. Too clever for my own good, maybe. Just the thought of going into battle, about getting hurt, about having to hurt other people. He's a bleeding heart, our Charlotte. Charlotte? Sooner befriend a fly than shoo it away, much less kill it. Like, I could kill it if I wanted. I could. But you don't. There's no shame in that. Leave the soldiering to us, Charlotte. We'll show the Garleans what we're capable of. Get the power and respect we deserve, and then things will change. They will, you'll see. We found a place for ourselves, and you'll find yours soon enough. Alright, that'll do. Everyone who's enlisting, meet back here tomorrow. In the end, what good did I do? They gave everything they had to give while I hid, like a rat waiting for the storm to pass. Coward. 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 Wah! I never want to do the screams because of my house who tried to sneak at this time. And I don't think they would be very appreciative of that. Coward, coward. Better dead. Better forgotten. It's not your fault, Charlotte. It's not. You didn't do anything wrong, and I'm the coward, the traitor, the butcher. I'll always be the butcher. Don't you dare, Fordola! You don't get to end it. You don't get to give up. I won't let you. You have a lifetime to make amends and atone, to become something more than you were. But if you die here, you are everything they say, everything you believe. Is that what you want? She's not going anywhere. Oh! Rolling up. Like a Professor X. Oh no. I just realized he has an X on his face. Okay. X-Men references aside, moving on. Ironvald, why are you here? There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Can't fight by your side, but I can still cheer you on. Seen your past, Charlotte. How you were left behind while your friends rushed into battle. It's bloody hard, isn't it? Wanting to do something so desperately with every fiber of your being, knowing that you should be able to, you should, but you can't. So you find another way to support them. Your way. You did that too, didn't you? You were there for them, even if it didn't feel like it, but you were, Charlotte, you were. As a friend of mine once said, not all heroes are forged in the fires of battle. The history of Alamigo is writ in blood. While we cannot change the past, we can change the future. And for that, we must all play our part. All of us. Let us grant Charlet the peace he deserves. You too, Fordola. What? You too, Fordola. Ansfried, Emmeline, one day we'll be together again. But not yet. Yeah, leave the past in the past. You'd never hurt anyone, Charlet. That's not who you are. You'll be remembered as the kind soul you always were. I'm counting on you. Oh gosh. No, no. Need my stick. I have not healed in a while. I'm actually kind of concerned about this. Okay. Maybe I should change my HUD layout really quick. There we go. For combat. Alright. Everyone gets a regen, and you, my friend.
As one!
I just barely can't die until I lay Charlie to rest. Oops, let's not do that. What is that? I don't like that. What in the world is with my white mage bars? Oh. There it is. Oh, cool, he mitigated. It is cool seeing like the old music come back. Guess this one's mine. Ideal. Oh, crap. Thank you for covering me, Rabon. Die! As long as I hold out, he won't lay a finger on me. Oh!
Show them what we're made of!
Paladin covered in work like that, Stormlight. He's got an advanced move called Endwalker. Nope.
Tizona!
Try this!
Over here, like making baby hearts to myself. Ah, yeah, we did it! Haha, and I didn't die! Hey, I've got to rework my white mage bars. It's been a while since I did it. I like that they added the sheath and draw emotes. Ha! Yeah, lizard! Oh. What? Is this because of her echo? Oh. Thank you. I mean it. That grin. Aww. That's a good little side quest. Been looking everywhere for you. The animations are so good. Have you know? I would love a kneel emote for this game where you just stay kneeled. We've put down the last remaining beasts spawned by the blasphemy. 'Tis a pity we could do naught for those who'd turned, but that we were able to prevent further casualties is nothing short of a miracle. It's astonishing, too, looking back at Charlotte's case. Although his existence spurred others to transform, he never attacked any settlements or travelers. Even when he underwent the change in the middle of a crowded street, those who were present escaped with minor injuries at worst. I think that deep down, his compassion is what kept the raging blasphemy at bay. The only time he emerged from hiding was to journey to the place where his brother died. Aye, it's clear he still retained some semblance of his former self. Another victim of the Empire's terrible legacy, along with his friends and so many others. But the Craniolupi wasn't the creation of the Imperials alone. Many of those youths sought a place with them because they were denied one with us. That's why the memorial ceremony is so important. It's our chance to face our past together, to give them in death what we couldn't in life. To not deny anyone a place in memory, even if it hurts or makes us feel ashamed. You'll be attending, won't you? I haven't been ordered to, so I suppose not. In light of your leal service to Alamigo, I intend to have the conditions by which you are bound eased. Providing I'm able to obtain approval, you will be granted a degree of freedom. At the very least, we should soon have no need for that choker. There'll be no objections from me. You've done well. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were smiling. Well, I, for one, couldn't be happier her efforts are being recognized. It gives me that much more motivation to continue my work with the Silver Griffins and bring the people of Alamigo closer together. Got to do my best to keep up with a certain little lordling, aye? Alphino keeps us all on our toes. I think we've done enough for one day. Time we got some rest. Do I get to see the ceremony? Allow me, as both the guardian of Alamigo and as your sworn comrade, to express my thanks for coming to our aid in these desperate times. No matter what manner of disaster may befall us, your presence alone is enough to keep the flame of hope burning bright. Aye. Even someone on the very precipice of despair, such as Fordola, can find salvation in your guiding light. Ain't it on a bit thick, aren't you? Heavens forbid people would stop throwing themselves in harm's way at every opportunity. You're something of an immortal flame yourself. You cheeky. Ha! Been waiting for a chance to use that one, haven't you? I like to think I can still pull my weight on and off the battlefield, but that might be a bit generous. In any case, it's safe to say we've all benefited enormously from your sterling work here. We couldn't ask for a better healer, or a better friend. He punches things till they don't need healing anymore. I think you might need a different healer. Our ambassador in Rodzat Han will be relieved to learn of our successes here. If you happen to cross paths, give him my regards, would you? Ah, I love it. Gift of mercy. Speak to the Alamigan ambassador, etc. Back to Rodzat Han! Off we go! Alright. There he is. All of the raid list. Wow. That went, much better than I thought it would, honestly. Oop, that is the wrong door. It's kind of interesting to see that there wasn't as much combat in this one, I feel like. Greetings. How goes it in Alamigo? We done. Eliminating blasphemies, helping organize a memorial ceremony, they've certainly kept you busy. A fine example of going above and beyond the call of duty. I'll be sure to send word of your exploits to Ulda. Wait till the Sultana hears about this. Her Grace will not be the only one to welcome this news. On behalf of the Grand Company of Eorzea and our allies, allow me to express my most heartfelt gratitude. So got determination, crit, crit! Give me crit! Oh, I get it all! Yeah! You can now dye the job-specific gear for level 90 healers. Yes! Excellent. More than guilt. Woohoo! Hey, I need to put these away. Just, store those in there. Someone gave me a bunch of lemons the other night. I was joking around with them because they were trading me drinks for the club because I work as a bartender. And I gave them 69 gil, so they gave me 69 lemons. Lemons indeed, yes. Let me see. What was I doing? I was gonna check something. Oh, yes. Check this more than guilt. Which I'm assuming is just complete the quest, Gift of Mercy. Nice. So this means I can now dye all that floofy robe thingy. Which I don't have glam to anything. Haha! So I can dye these now. That is not what I meant to zoom in on. He got his little toesies out. Why don't the red parts dye? I want to dye the red parts. That's the part I want to change the color of. The white and the red. Oh well. Let me put my gear back on. There we go. Alright, you know what? Heck it. I don't want to go to bed yet. I'm gonna do a stupid. Oh, there we go. We're gonna heal a dungeon, which I have definitely done recently. Absolutely isn't my first time healing a dungeon in a long while. Don Meg. Every time I go, hey, I'll do one last dungeon before bed, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Nobody needs to worry. It's not like we're gonna get Dunscape. Healer. Blender dungeon. Oh, I love that. This is a very pretty dungeon, I will say. Now is not a good time. out so far. Don't have. Oh, my butt. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, it's a level. I'm so dumb. I just realized I have a wondrous tails I could turn in. Oh gosh. I'm so sorry, Tank. To think this was like my class for a long time, my own character. Because I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Healer mode. Good, good. Yes. No, thank you for the hat. Good tank to be able to keep up with my shenanigans. I shall definitely be bequeathing my calm unto them. So I gotta decide what I'm gonna use my Wondrous Tales on then. I feel like I should use it on a high level class. Ah, I love this music. The dungeon where you get big. We shrunk. This is such a I lied moment. To the School of Greg. Button. She cannot die now. Please. Shit. Button. Oh, this is not gonna go well. I did not do so good at that. My bars. Now that why is Swift Cast on 8? Okay, so Cast, you're going up there. Why would it? Suna, yeah, yep. The red mage yoed off the edge for a second. I was very scared. It's like, no, don't die! Rapier. Wait a minute, what level is my gear? Oh, I've got level 80 gear. It's not terrible. Ah, we made it. Aw, jeez. I feel so bad for letting people die on that one. Hey, Codex. Oh, that is pretty. Yeah, I'll agree on that. I got a comp! Why did I get a comp? I did terrible! Oh, that's sweet. Haha! I've achieved Sage 90. A productive night indeed. And it's like an hour past my bedtime, but I don't care. You know, 'cause I got Sage to 90, and I did the healer roll quest. That was very productive. Let's see. What's my, class is that now? I like seeing the orange increase. Now I just have to get Scholar and Astra up. Ugh. Well, I suppose really quick I can decide which class to use. I could use it on Scholar. Just to get the summoner up a little bit. Or Archer. I don't know, I feel kind of silly using it on a low level class, but then again, What else am I gonna use it on? Well, since I'm focusing on Archer anyways right now, may as well. Please don't mind the dumb gear. New stories, yes. Hand over my journal. This is such little experience. I don't like it. Now let's put it on Astro. What? What is he wearing? Hat. Yes. I mean, at least it's all color coordinated for the most part, but... Okay, so I know the yellow pants are from the candy corn outfit, which is probably where the white hat comes from too, because I made him a candy corn costume for Halloween. Oh my goodness. Copy curled. Tombstones. And... button piece. That works. Yay! Can I have a new one? Yeah! Thank you! Oh well. I guess he'll continue to look like a fool. Alright, let's see. Oh! Put him in this red mage outfit. I am very proud. He looks so fancy. I finally got the top. Alright. Well, may as well do my final before the night's over checks. And then head off to bed. I do have to check on my island before I go to sleep. It's the dragon! Gotta get that one of these days. Fell to my own. Oh, it's raining! Oh, and I got a dragon. Here's my island. I've organized things a little differently than I've seen most people. So I got my little bath that's up here. And I got my tree house over here. Then I got my windmill there. And my lighthouse. Alright. My calories. See, I still have a bunch of stuff I have to collect, so I still have to keep an eye on my island. And then I also want to prep for the patch. I got the wings the other day. You see. Right here. He looks very cool. Alright. Can you gather with these? Nope. Oh, I have all of the shinies! Wing. Yes. Yes, indeed. I have only named a couple of my animals. But, that's okay. I normally, like, I'm one of those people who never names my Pokemon, so I did the most that for the most part here. So Cotton Fluff has a name because I loved my sheep. I was very proud of catching a sheep, so I named it. It was like the third animal I caught. And then I named the first animal I caught, which is a squirrel. And then I named the shiny squirrel because the name had been in my head ever since I saw it. So I had to. See, there's Squirrel the first. It's the squirrel I caught. Very first catch. And Starmit. Because you know it's a star mark. It's just faster to say. Oh, and Triple. The cotton fleece thingy. Okay, I think that's all of them. I do everything manually because I don't want to spend my calories on having other people do it. And I'm still doing this because I want to hoard resources. I have no idea where this stream has gone. It just went completely off the rails because I was like, no, I'm getting 90 tonight. And now I'm over here like, oh yeah, chores. The overseas casual Twitter account, Discord, get big calorie gains. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I could use that. I am slightly, what you would say, lazy about things. So if I got 18k, I could pretty much get all the rest of the stuff I've been saving up for. Make sure I got all of these. Perfect. This is a very important part of farming. You have to hop on the plants. Yeah, I got all of the mounts that are currently on the island. I got the wings. So I think I still need the clothes, technically, but I don't think I'll really put many of the clothes on him, except for maybe the shoes. So I'm not too worried about the clothes. I think there's a couple orchestrion rolls, maybe? Want those. But other than that, I'm not too worried about getting a bunch from here, so I'm kind of just saving up for in case I need them come patch. I don't remember when that island update's coming out. Welcome to the hideous way I plant my island. I like to diversify my plants. I love that those little, like, plant dudes just scream in, like, the symbols text. It's so fun looking at all of your different looking at all the different minions and just seeing what they say. The Grahatia minion curses. He's not hidden himself away. There's Dust Bunny. Dust Bunny is creepy. Oh, there he goes. He's swearing right there. Do it again. Do it again, I dare you. There he is. Friend, says Dust Bunny way in the background. He's so creepy. Oh, there you go. There you go. And off he goes. I love my little minions. Look at this dude. He's so weird. That's why I have him as a hat. Oh my god, I think my goldsmith. Yep. There we go. He's perfect. I freaking love this hat. Spriggans are the best. They're such terrible little gremlins. Alright. I'm getting sleep loopy, and now it is almost an hour and a half past my bedtime, so I need to go to sleep. But thank you for hanging out, Soka. It's good to have you here as always. I'll probably be back soon. Probably. I'm gonna try for tomorrow. Unless something. Veg time, yes. Oh, wait, no, I can't be back tomorrow. I have a thing. Thing with my FC. I want to do a big celebration tomorrow, so I should be there for that. Even though I'm newer. But yes. Yes, bedtime. And good luck with your computer. I hope it goes well. And you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Alright, there we go. We are all set. You have a good night. Sleep well. I shall. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.